Welcome
Welcome
to
to
Shade in the
Shade in the
City.
City.
I'm Treese,
It's Nels.
and we are jumping back into, after a little week break, Love and Marriage Huntsville. So please, I'm ready, y'all. I do believe this is the epic fight scene.
That episode.
Epic. So I'm excited to get into it, y'all. So let's just go ahead, hop in, make sure that you hit the like button as you're coming in.
And the subscribe button.
And let's get shady, y'all. And apparently I've been sipping because my glass is a little low. Kimmi, she's visiting Destiny at the Madani store. So she jumps right into it, wastes no time. She's like, what's going on between you and Mel? And Destiny says that, she basically says that, we know that you guys have had disagreements in the past, but this one, for whatever reason, feels a little bit different. And Destiny lets her know, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why this is. She says, I'm annoyed. But I'm not sure why Mel is going so hard, is basically what I'm getting for Destiny, which again, here we go with this narrative. You don't know why she's mad at you, and that irritates me, but okay. So she says that she feels as if she is more annoyed this time because Mel can't really tell her what she said about her. Kimmi brings up the fact that she did have lunch with Mel, and yeah, she never really divulged as to what was actually said about her, but she did say that she was talking shit.
They have a point there.
Right. So then, but she says, but you also, I was told, and I'm like, Kimmi, what? I'm just saying but it's like, and I was also, I'm like, damn, Kim, can we keep some of the conversation to ourselves? Shit.
She's trying to clarify some things. She want to figure out what's going on. She want to know why this time is different. Okay. And she's basically like, well, I was told that you apologize. So basically, and I felt like Kimmi was right for that, because she's like, if you apologize, you're basically
it's like a mission of guilt. Right.
Exactly. And what Destiny said was, yes, I apologized, but not because I was talking shit, but because she felt
that I was talking shit.
That changes the whole narrative, though.
Right.
And then she basically says that Mel even said to her, well, it's not that I think you were talking shit. It's who you were talking to, and that's my enemy. And Kimmi and both Destiny both are saying like, well, we thought Mel and
Tisha were trying to work it out.
Yeah. So they're both kind of like, well, I didn't know that was her enemy because I thought they was working on things. So now it is changing the narrative, and it is making it seem like this is like kind of some made up bullshit, which is basically what Destiny is saying. She was like, she feels like it's just made up bullshit. So Kimmi basically wants to get the girls together.
And she asked Destiny if she'd be open, and Destiny lets us know that as long as there is a bar and a place where she can gracefully exit if she needs to, then she is here for it. But otherwise, she wants no parts of it.
Kimmi was like, I'll work on that, baby.
Right.
Marceau stops by to see his brother, Maurice, at his business. And can I just say, I really love the fact that all these Black people got their own Black-owned businesses. Right. I mean, it's not just like a out of your house business, or like I'm just passing out cards. Like they have an actual place of business. Like, I don't know. I'm loving it.
We find out Tisha out here owning apartment buildings. I'm like,
right. So
who knew? We love the boss Blackness. That's all we saying. The boss Blackness. We're here for it.
So Marceau is clearly out here making bread, okay? Because he's talking about how he's about to be building 4 hotels and building another apartment complex. I'm like, okay, so we out here doing big things. And then he talks about Marceau. I'm sorry, not Marceau, Martell. God damn it, these M's, I swear to God. He talks about Martell and how Martell stopped by to see him a couple days ago about coming back to sculpt. and getting back together. And he says, like, like there's one incy beansy problem. Tisha.
Mm-hmm.
She is main majority shareholder. As what y'all don't know is Tisha had an apartment building that she had since 2010 that she sold so that she can buy Martell out of Skulls.
All I'm gonna say is y'all better put some respect on Tisha's name.
Put some respect on her name.
Okay.
Okay. And he says, really, that's who he need to be talking to. The majority shareholder.
Right.
So Maurice is like, so if she's majority shareholder and he comes back in, who's selling their shares? You or Tisha?
Right.
And Marcel, for the first time, face like, he said, I didn't even think about that.
Right.
He was like,
exactly.
I mean, I guess it's a possibility, but I don't see that shit happening. He also says that, is it really like as of right now, him buying back into Skull is not even on the table. They need to get over this small project that they're working on with Destiny to see how they even work together. So I guess this is like a test run because he's like, I ain't about to put him on no big projects before we see how this little project goes after all the damage that Martell has done.
Well,
so he says he needs to get a license to build, which I think was one of his issues before because I think Melody was the one that had it and he didn't. Right. So he wants him to work on that first to show his commitment to this endeavor. Okay. So, I mean, if it took him this long to get it, I don't know how. I don't know how that's going.
Yeah.
How that's going to pan out.
You got some more work to do.
He might be working on this shit alone.
We get into Melanie speaking to her psychotherapist. I don't know why my notes say psychotherapist, but anyway. So we meet Dominique. And I love that Mel is out here doing the work to be healed and just get herself together as a person.
Sure, I'm sure that's a lot of trauma.
Right. But you know how some people act like they don't need it. So I can appreciate Melody going to be like, yeah, I need to sit down and talk to somebody to get back to where I need to be. And that's perfectly okay. I hope it is what it is. Right. So she asked Mel about putting up boundaries. And she said that she's definitely put up boundaries in her social circle. She said, I've removed people that I consider energy vampires. I said, I like that. I'm going to use that one. I'm going to use that one.
Energy vampires. Yes.
Look, y'all better hope I don't use that on every review now to describe somebody. They are just an energy vampire.
Now we are giving you your flowers right now, and we are snatching that. Okay, energy vampires. We have adopted it. Thank you.
So she tells us that she tells the therapist that Kimmi is having a gathering, which we know about, the little Galentine's event. She wants.
I think that's cute. I think we need.
Yeah, that is cute.
Like that. That's cute.
And she wants to get all the ladies together. Melody's like, I'm open to it because I'm very good at being respectful. I'm very good at listening. She's like, but then there turns a certain point when the heat turns up, it's a little hard for me to turn down. And I said, Mel, turn down for what? So, it's going to be interesting.
She's gonna have two ladies there that she's not fucking with right now. So she even says she doesn't know if we're all ready to get together.
Right.
To see each other and two of them that she don't fuck with right now is like, bitch, I'm ready. Like, what's up?
I don't think it's gonna be a lot of love in this room.
Then her therapist tells her, let's try interjecting self-control. And Melody's like, well, let's talk about that. Okay, because previously, I was trying to be kumbaya and be, nobody has my energy. And she said, but 2022, Mel, is totally different.
She said, I got time today.
Exactly. She said she ain't here to take nobody's shit. And she said, if they couldn't continue to make her the target, she's going to start firing back. And it is what it is. And that's on what? Period. So Martell goes to visit his business partner, Fred, because apparently Martell hasn't really done much since the divorce. I don't know how he's been living, but he ain't been really making no money.
Right.
And Fred talks about getting his builder's license. Apparently, this is talking to town, okay? And Martell's lazy ass is like, "Why I got to do that if I got you?"
Right.
So what if we fall out today or tomorrow? And I don't see that in the forecast, okay? And you see how long it took me and Mel to break up. It took us 12 years. Now, Martell.
If that wasn't the shade, I don't know what was.
So he basically tells him that, the difference is, with like there's a difference between men and women. Men should be able to talk it out. And he don't see no reason why he needs to get his builder's license because they're men and they're not going to fall out. Little do you know, Marcel going to make you, bitch, or you ain't going to make no money.
Well, that part, I just don't understand why wouldn't you want this moocher shit? Like,
you lazy fuck.
Right. Okay, y'all, this is a lot.
It's a whole lot. You're going to have to bear with us.
All right.
As a collective.
Right. We see Tiffany and Kimmi. They're getting ready, set up for the Galentine's event. Kimmi is very hopeful that this can be a place where people can talk out maybe some of their differences and just kind of mend fences because they've been able to get together and have fun before and put their, things to the side, which I'm laughing to myself because I'm like, when was that? But okay, Kimmi.
I think she just means that they were able to come back together afterwards, but now it's different because nobody really want to be around one another.
Right. So no, Tiffany is basically just piggybacking off that and was like, yeah, I just want everybody to get along. Kumbaya. Girl.
The nerve.
She's funny to me.
The nerve.
Very funny episode.
Girl, it was all about you last season.
So then we see, what's the girl name? Tisha. We see Tisha walk in her sneakers and her bubblegum pink and her wife shirt.
Her team wife.
Team wife shirt. And she lets us know that she's here for team wife and it's all about the love and that's what she's about. Okay. That's what it's giving.
I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Right. So, Tiffany's behind the bar. Looks like she's making her a drink and they joke about, oh, well, you're a great bartender. We love when you're behind the bar. We learned that about you from the last trip. And so Tiffany, her shady ass.
She just can't help it.
She can't. I even told Nels, I said, I don't even think she realized the shade when it came out because it's so natural to her. Because she was like, and just like we learned Marcel don't like surprises, right? Right. And Tisha was like, well, we're not going to talk about that.
We going to leave that one alone. I said, bitch, you better. Because they're going to get in that ass. Look, you can't talk shit about Tiffany. She surprised her man with a whole motherfucking wedding.
Right.
And he went through with it. Nigga, your motherfucking, you tried to do the same shit just to renew your vows. Y'all are already married. And he wouldn't even stand up. He wouldn't do shit. You better not, you better leave it alone.
You better leave it alone. I said, well, damn, Tiffany, this is how we starting off the night. But Tisha didn't take it no type of way. She let it roll off her shoulders, which was, they're clearly in a better space and place. So that's good. So as all the other girls start to arrive, Melody walks in.
Well, I want to first say that because it is brought up later, Kimmi did set some ground rules.
She did.
For Tisha and let her know what we're not going to do is girl this, girl that, and because it has a negative connotation. And
she's like, well, can I call her a bitch?
What you're not going to do.
And she's like, no, we can't do that either, Tisha. You know that.
You're not going to do that.
You don't do that.
And let's talk about how the fuck Stormy, and you know what? And I'm pretty sure it was Stormy because we've seen Mel's vehicle on this show. Stormy rolled up in a gold G-Wagon. Right, Stormy?
Okay, Stormy. That canvas hair girl.
We see you out here with that bag, girl.
Right. I see you. I see you in the CVS bag, girl.
The what? The what?
I told you I saw her stuff at CVS.
Yeah.
She had a CVS bag.
Mel walks in. She basically says like she's super excited because Tiffany and Kimmi's energy was great. You know, she's feeding off their energy, but she notices that Tisha ain't even looking up at her, ain't even giving her the time of day. So she's like, high hopes that she had for a positive evening quickly went down the goddamn drain. So then Kimmi decides like everybody should play games. She's like, she's passing out index cards and she's like, look, on one side, you put something about yourself. And on the other side, you
put a misconception.
That
people may have about you.
Now, the first one that we get is that they genuinely like helping
other people.
But the misconception is that they're selfish. This is apparently Melody. One that I thought was funny was Tiffany. Hers was that she's not messy.
And she doesn't like drama.
Likes drama, but the misconception is the complete opposite. If you would have seen her while she was while all this drama was going on, looking at her cup like, so I got enough alcohol for all this shit that's going on, so I can sit back, relax, and enjoy my drink.
Right.
Okay.
Sip my tea.
That's not what that index card was giving, ma'am. So basically, you know, Kimmi thanks everybody for you know, participating in the game. Tisha interrupts Kimmi and you know, she's just like,
it was very abrupt too. Tisha was like, so I heard
it was giving the other side of the tracks. It was giving the other side of the tracks. She was like, you know, I heard there was a lot of motherfuckers talking shit about me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm here right now. I heard y'all was looking for me, so here right
Let's
now.
address it.
Say it to Mike.
And then she directs it to Mel, and I heard this was at your party.
Well, actually, she didn't even say that. Mel actually intervened and was like, well, because she knew who it was about. She knew who it was to. So I like the fact she was like, you know, okay, so what did you hear? Well, I heard that she was talking shit about me and trying to get my cousin to say shit about my husband at your little slumber party. And Mel's like, oh, is that what you heard? Well,
I love how Mel.
Well, let's call this bitch up right now.
Right. I love how Mel is never hesitating to pull out receipts. Never.
With it. She's like, Kiki. So I am being told that I was trying to get you to talk shit about Tisha's husband. And Tisha's like, and don't you lie because you on speakerphone. And she's like, I don't know why the fuck you think I would. I'm going to tell the truth. But it wasn't giving the truth.
Well, what I love was when Kiki was like, what's the girl? That's why I said we all over the place, y'all. Forgive us. Kimmi jumps in. Kimmi jumps in and she's like, well, what did I say? Or she said Stormy was having a conversation. Me and Stormy were having a conversation and the name came up because the picture came up. And so that everybody was commenting on the picture, but it wasn't, you know what I mean? And of course, Tisha can't handle that. Well, why are you discussing me and my husband and whatever the case may be? And more to Mel than to Kiki. Kimmi jumps in and lets Kiki know over the phone that there were a lot of things that said that came out of your mouth.
I know. She was like, let me help you out, Kiki. And she really did. She threw her under the bus. She was like, you know, you had more than your fair share to say. And I basically told you if there's an issue or you have something,
you should probably talk to Tisha.
You should probably call her directly than talking about it in Mel's kitchen.
Gotta give Kimmi that one.
Yes. You know, Mel is like, all right, boo, I gotta go. Hung the phone up and looked at Tisha like,
Well,
What next, bitch? No,
sorry.
so I have that Stormy basically comes to her and she's like, well, clearly it was really your cousin that was doing most of the talking. And Tisha's like, okay, but why was my cousin even there?
Yes,
Because
that's
I
what
don't
happened.
remember y'all really being friends. And
Right.
Melody was like, what are you talking about? Okay, so we don't talk every day and we don't hang out all the time, but I knew her before I knew you. So it is where the back and forth starts. She's like, well, just because you know somebody don't mean that they're your friend. Da, da, da. I was your friend. And it was a whole lot of, I mean, really.
It was.
And Melody basically, so look. Okay, look, let's okay. They went back and forth. Okay. Then Destiny intervened because we're gonna be here all day talking about all this
Right.
shit. All right. Destiny intervened and says, you know, what's up with our beef? Like what's going on with our beef? And Mel, I actually kind of like the way Mel handled it. She was like, okay, so
I'm not gonna lie though, it was a little shady. Mel, it was a little shady.
It was shady, but it was, I mean, she wasn't all
She
rah,
said,
rah, rah.
I thought that we had already had a conversation and that you got asked whatever questions that you needed to get answered of why we're in this place. Of what she said of our past friendship or something like that, or the friendship that we had.
Well, I know.
And that was a
initially
trigger
Destiny
for
started
Destiny.
talking about how, I guess Kimmi asked why Tisha and Destiny wasn't there, and she said, "Oh, all the people that I want here with me in 2022
Right.
are here." And Mel was like, is that a question? What are you asking me? Because yes, that's how I felt. I thought we got past this. I thought we had a conversation. I thought you asked everything you wanted to ask. And what is it really?
Right.
And, basically, I guess Destiny is still trying to figure out what the issue is. And after the conversation Destiny had with Kimmi, I think I'm trying to figure out what the issue is now too. I'm a little on the fence now. Melody says the issue is not that you were talking negative about me. It's who you were talking to. And that's my op. So, of course, Tisha flips the fuck out. She tries to intervene.
I'm the ops. What's the ops?
What's the ops? And, oh, you're sitting here talking about me. I'm supposed to act like I'm not here. And Melody's not here for it. She's like, I'm talking to her.
I'm talking to Destiny.
How about you stay out of it? We're trying to get to the bottom of our issue. Okay, like, bitch, I already addressed you.
Right.
Over here. If that was not what you wanted to talk about, then the fuck? Move it right along. So then I know there's some bitch words thrown. Then
Melody calls her a bitch. Melody calls her
a bitch. But then, he's like, no. We're not calling each other out our names and we're not.
And at this point, Tisha stands up. And so that's why Kimmi has to jump in and intervene because it's now about to get love and hip hop.
She's like, we're not about to disrespect each other like that. And
right.
Mel is like, oh, well, you didn't have that energy when she was calling me girl this, girl that. Now, Mel, girl is really different than bitch. I'm just throwing it out there. But Kimmi's like, no, I did have a conversation with her before this started. And her, no, look, not the girl this, the girl that. And she's like, well, too bad that she didn't listen. And, Stormy intervenes and wants to know
what happened. It was a lot of interventions.
It was a lot. It was a whole, I'm telling you, it was a lot.
And I think that was part of the problem. But
so Stormy intervenes and she's like, what happened? And so Destiny's not here for it. She's like, ask Mel. She's like, no, I'm asking you. So Kimmi, the mediator, the moderator. Okay.
She's like, well, Mel can answer that question. They're both.
Exactly. I don't know why you won't talk to Mel, but, both of them can, answer that question.
Basically, there's a point where she's asking Destiny or continues to try to press Destiny for a response. At that point, Destiny starts to mimic her and her sayings or her lingo. And they go tit for tat back and forth. And Stormy's like, I know you want to be like me. And she's
I do.
And look, Destiny.
Got that gold G-Wagon shit. Look, me and Destiny want to be like you. Okay.
You are so funny. But yeah, Destiny just starts going back and forth with her. Then I don't know. I can't remember what happened that made Destiny jump up. I missed it. That made her want to, and then Stormy jumped up and they was about to, and you see him get pulled out the room. And yeah, it goes off, y'all. And I'm sure we're going to be picking up where we left off. Or they just drag them out and separate them and get them in their cars and say, go home.
It looked like it pick up where we left off next episode. That's what it's getting.
It was a lot.
It was a whole lot. And we ain't done yet. And this was 4 scenes, y'all. 4 scenes of this.
Yeah. It was pretty much the whole episode. It really was.
I know what's going on with OWN. But they ain't like they used to be.
Okay.
They need security.
As I told Nails, this is turning into a classier Love and Hip Hop.
Now.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in to sticking it through with us for this Love and Marriage Huntsville review. Because as we said, it was a lot.
Look, it was a lot for us to stick it through with each other with this. This was a
lot. So please make sure, if you have not already, that you have hit that like button before you head out.
You comment.
You subscribe.
And hit the notification bell.
And please make sure that you are following us on all platforms. We got some really cute reels. Our likes is going up. It makes me feel good. Mm-hmm. And we just want to thank you, as always, for the support, Shade Squad. We love you guys. Have a great night. Mwah.
Front, back, side to side. Make sure you go like and subscribe. Front, back, side to side. Make sure you go like and subscribe. Hey!